To make an owl pencil cup, you need an empty tin can that you've washed and cleaned and taken the label off, some yarn, some felt or cardstock in various colors, whatever you want to make your wings out of. I used orange also for his beak. You could have yellow, orange, whatever color you want your owl's beak to be. Some bottle caps, 2 of each size if you want to make the eyes. I'm using 2 different ones for each eye. You could have just 2. You could use 4. You can have 6 if you want. Bottle caps that'll go fit inside each other. The same for both eyes. Some fabric markers if you'd like. Not necessary, but if you want them, you can use that. Some scissors and some glue. Hot glue will make this go a little bit quicker, but you have to watch your fingers, of course. White glue will work. You just have to let it dry longer. The first thing to do, of course, is make sure your can is clean and dry before you use it. Make sure the label's off. Then you can put your can aside, and you're going to take your felt and fold it in 2, and then you're going to draw wings, and you're going to cut out a wing shape. Kind of whatever wing shape you want. Doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but you're going to just kind of draw your wing. And then cut that out through both pieces so you have 2 identical wings, 1 for each side of your owl. Then if you want, you can cut a smaller piece in the same shape and you can give him wings that have 2 different colors, or you can just leave his wings like this. That would work also. You bring your cup back over and you can see you have wings for either side. Now I'm going to make a second color to go inside, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Next I'm going to cut my other 2 wings out of a contrasting color. I decided to use blue. But like I said, you can do this any way you want. You don't have to use 2 colors. You can just use 1. You could use 3 if you want. It's your owl. Make it look exactly the way you want it to look. This is just the way I want mine to look. And then I'm going to glue my blue. Whoops, I'm going to even up those ends a little bit there so it's not so rough. And then I'm going to glue the blue inside the brown for wings. Then I'm going to let my glue dry. Once your glue is dry, if you'd like, you can draw feathers if you have a fabric marker, or if you have just a permanent marker, you could do that and just kind of draw some feathers. Again, not necessary, but if you want to make them a little more fancy, you could do that. Make sure you let your markers dry too. So you can put those aside so they can dry. And the next thing to do is take your cup and take your yarn, and you're going to put a little bit of glue on the back, and you're going to start wrapping your yarn. And wrap your yarn around to make it look like your owl is that color. You don't have to wrap the entire cup, but give it a little bit of texture and make it a little more fun by adding some yarn. And you can use any color yarn you want. Once you have your yarn on your cup the way you want it to look, and again, there's no right or wrong way to do this, the next thing to do is take your wings and glue them on either side of your owl. So glue one to this side, and then you're going to glue the other one to this side so that your owl has 2 wings, and then we'll put his face on. Once you have your wings on your owl, set your cup aside, give the glue plenty of time to dry, and now it's time, let's figure out his eyes. Now, I have 2 large black bottle caps, 2 smaller green ones, and 2 googly eyes. But you could make his eyes any way you want. You could just cut paper eyes. You could use bottle caps and you could draw eyes inside. You could just use googly eyes if that's what you have. I happen to have all these caps, so I decided I'm going to take my black cap and I'm going to glue my green cap inside, and then I'm going to glue a googly eye inside of that. Owls have big eyes, so whatever you make his eyes, you want them to be pretty large compared to the can that you're using. So again, I'm going to take my green cap, glue it inside my black one, and then I'm going to glue my googly eye inside of that, and those are going to be my eyes. So design your eyes however you want to make them, and then we're going to add them to the can as well. Sometimes when you glue googly eyes, they don't google so much anymore and they just kind of stay fixed in place, which is fine. Just make sure when you're gluing them onto your owl, you have them in the direction you want them to be facing. Then you're just going to take your owl can and you're going to glue your eyes right to the front. So I'm going to glue mine, oops, right like that. So glue your eyes and let your glue dry. Once your eyes are on, he's really starting to look like an owl now. He's got his wings, he's got eyes, and the only thing left he needs really is a beak. Now you can cut that out of orange paper, you can cut it out of orange felt, you can use whatever you want. I have some orange felt, so I'm just gonna cut a triangle right out of the corner, and I'm gonna glue that right onto his face. So make your nose and add that to your owl. Once your beak is on, you've got your owl. He really looks like an owl now that he has his beak, doesn't he? He's got his wings, he's got his eyes, he's got his beak. You're all set to go. You can just stand them up, add some pens and pencils, and you have a great gift that you can give someone. You could make this for your own desk. You could make these and give them to all your friends. You can make these owl cups out of any cans that you have, any size. If you use a smaller can like this, you might not be able to use it for pencils because it might be too small. The pencils might fall out, but you could certainly use it to store paper clips or other supplies. Craft supplies, be a good size for crayons. Have fun with it. Make owls in all different shapes and sizes and colors and send us photos.